everyone, we're back in the fight. Yeah. Keeps trying to hit me with the missiles! Fuck! Goddamn hate sinking missiles. It doesn't really not like... Get up, Snake. Damn it, Snake. Damn it, Snake! Turn around, bitch. How did that one hit me? I used to be good at this fight. Okay, I think I might have it. You go forward or backwards to escape the fucking missiles. Why do I keep missing him? There we go. I hit him that time at least. Whoops. That was entirely my fault. Damn it! Oh, that one was close. Yeah, that was my fault. I shouldn't have been standing there. We're almost there, folks! Almost there! One or two more! Permanent! One more hit! And... headshot!
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
No, you won't. I'm better than you. Having difficulties with your giant high heels. This is when you back away, Snake. That's flammable. Or not. Knocked out like a bitch. And of course he's still alive, because Liquid just doesn't die. He's like Wesker. You think he's dead, then he comes back. You think he's dead again, then he comes back. He comes back again, and then he comes back again. And then he becomes Ocelot.
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Just a little.
Liquid. You're still alive.
Obviously.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Good to know.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
Everything.
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued.
So many
at the time.
cutscenes.
But
Stretch.
things, are different. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be.
War.
We're
War
losing
never
our place in a
changes.
world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft.
But the world doesn't want that.
Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
Pretty much.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you?
Yeah.
Why did you come here?
Doesn't have an answer for that one.
Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
I've only killed like
That was-
one of the genome soldiers, one or two, except for the
I watched your
first
face
fights.
when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
Maybe a little.
There's a killer inside you.
The way you
You
said
don't
that
have to
line.
deny it.
It's creepy.
We were created to be that way.
Created?
Now you get to find out your past, Snake.
Les enfants terribles, the terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big boss.
Big boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
That's too many snakes.
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born.
That depends on whether or not you consider.
So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with
Whatever.
exactly the same DNA.
Not gonna bring abortion into this.
They weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all of the recessive genes.
Then you don't have identical genetic
You
code.
took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The genome soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare.
What is the tattoo that's on his left arm? I never have gotten a good look at it. Game. Game!
The genome soldiers.
There we
That's
go.
right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices.
Human experiments!
Because of course. Now Snake, stop repeating everything he says.
1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or bio. Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory?
I am not skipping these, by the way. The game is skipping them
Nature tends to
themselves.
favor asymmetry.
My game is glitching.
Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family?
It's kind of a noble goal, actually.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection.
And both
it's
Liquid-
called the selfish gene
And both Liquid
theory.
and Snake
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
are sterile.
You can't
So they
fight
can't
your
actually have
genes.
children of their
It's
own.
fate.
Genetic
All
children.
living things are
At
born
least
for
not
the
easily.
sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me.
The word gene just makes me think of denim
And
jeans.
then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break
Family
the curse of
denim
my
jeans.
heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Okay, I was wondering why you didn't do that when I was passed out.
Look behind you.
Hi, Meryl!
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
That she knew for a couple hours.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA.
Battle damage assessment.
If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
They're gonna nuke the base.
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation.
Great.
He's on his way there by AWACS
What for?
to bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
Oh god, no.
Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
Get angry, Colonel.
Going to drop a
Yeah.
nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Pretty
Don't
much.
worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
Go, Colonel.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
Go, Colonel, go.
Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
No shit.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel,
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run.
Go, Colonel.
After that, there's no turning back. What?
God damn it. I was actually giving him a military salute there.
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty.
You
This is the Secretary of
son
Defense,
of
Jim
a
Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
monkeys.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same
The
thing.
president doesn't even know. Oh,
President
you are
ordered this?
so in trouble.
President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the genome army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. You're supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live.
Excuse
well, the bombs
me.
will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.